Fox Sports.
We are sports. We are Sun.
Tonight, the road-weary Rays return home to the Trop, looking to right the ship with lefty phenom Blake Snell going to the hill against the Boston Red Sox, who boast the best offense in the game. We welcome you to Tropicana Field tonight, where the Rays are truly hoping there's no place like home. This will be the opening game of a series between the Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Well, the Rays have an 11-game homestand starting tonight, the longest since 2010, and they're coming off what surely seemed as if it could have been the longest road trip ever. They were 0-7 on their way to losing 11 in a row. And BA, if they're going to turn this around, they're going to do it against a very good offense.
Yes, but I've got some good news. The Boston Red Sox offense, absolutely. They've been the best in Major League Baseball all season long. But in the last 2 weeks, averaging just 3.9 runs a game. That's what you're going to have to hang your hat on, because when you look at these numbers, it gets ugly in a hurry. 5.59 runs a game. Best in Major League Baseball. The average of 287, best in Major League Baseball. 10 points higher than the Kansas City Royals. They lead Major League Baseball in on-base percentage. They lead the American League in slugging percentage. And lest you think that this team is all about power, they are 49 out of 57 in stolen bases they can run to.
And who gets to face this lineup? Well, the young left-hander, Blake Snell, making his 4th Major League appearance. Rays baseball against Boston tonight from the Trop. We'll have it all right here.
Start of his career, start number 16 on the season, including a dozen for AAA Durham.
for Snell during his first 3 starts at the big league level. Opening start in Yankee Stadium, his major league career debut, 5 innings of 2-hit baseball. Then facing his former hometown team, the Seattle Mariners here at Tropicana Field, lasted just 3 1/3 innings of 8-hit baseball. Last start in Cleveland, his longest outing of the season. So when we ask Kevin Cash, some good, some bad, what do you expect tonight out of your left-handed starter?
He's thrown the ball well at times. You know, the Cleveland start, there were some good things. He was efficient without having maybe his best fastball command. Hopefully tonight he can show a little bit better command with the fastball and get ahead of some guys, because with the type of lineup that we're facing, similar to the Baltimore lineup, it's a veteran group. They're going to kind of wait him out and see what he's got. The big key would be to get strike one so he can kind of let those nasty off-speed pitches play a little bit for him.
So we'll see if the young 23-year-old can get this thing turned around for the Rays. The battle of lefties. It'll be Snell against Eduardo Rodriguez. First of 3 against the Sox. First of 11 in a row at Tropicana Field. Longest homestand since 2010 about to commence.
The young lefty Blake Snell goes to the hill to face the Boston Red Sox tonight in search of his first major league win. He's 0-2 with an earned run average of 2.40. Here's the lineup he will face, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Mookie Betts leads it off, the right fielder, followed by Dustin Pedroia, and then Xander Bogaerts hits third and plays shortstop in front of David Ortiz, the DH. Hanley Ramirez hits fifth, playing first. Jackie Bradley Jr. having a great year in center field, the number 6 hitter. Bryce Prince is in left. Sandy Leon, the catcher. Marco Hernandez is at third, and he will hit ninth.
Well, and what you want to see out of Blake Snell here tonight, he's facing a veteran offense, a patient offense. They can be aggressive, but they will wait you out. They will take their walk. And Blake Snell, that last start that he had trouble consistently getting the fastball down into the zone. That will be a key for him here tonight, and look for that early if he's able to bury the fastball into the zone and then let those secondary pitches go to work.
Well, here we go, the 23-year-old lefty. All set And Mookie Betts hitting .293 on the year. Takes the first pitch, and it's a fastball in at 93 for a strike.
And I love the location. Strike is great, but he drove that ball downhill right to the bottom of the zone. That's what you want to see.
It's 1-1. What a year for Betts. He's hitting with power. He's been a great base runner, a stolen base threat when he gets on. Line drive into left, and that ball is going to be caught by Taylor Motter out there. One away.
Ball stayed up just enough to allow Taylor to get to it. And let's look at the rest of that Rays defense, brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. Of course, Motter out and left, Desmond Jennings and Oswaldo Arcia round out the outfield, and then across that infield third to first, Evan Longoria. Tim Beckham gets the call at short, Logan Forsythe and Logan Morrison with Kirk Casale behind the plate.
Here's Pedroia driving one into right. Arcia on the move. He gets over there and makes the catch. Oswaldo Arcia playing right field, and in that lineup again for the Rays. He gave the Rays some pop in Baltimore and made that catch as he approached the right field line.
The new look Ray outfield getting tested here early, and you're right, Dwayne. He single-handedly kept the Rays in that ball game yesterday. Actually had the big hit to draw him within one run before it got out of hand. But boy, that'd be nice if you can get Oswaldo Arcia hot in this lineup.
2 up, 2 down. Here's Xander Bogaerts. The pitch is a strike. The Toyota keys to success. Well, here's a list of his success so far. Tops in hits, second in hitting, fourth in runs scored, and runners in scoring position. Really out of this world.
Yeah, that's what really jumps out at you. This whole team has been very, very good in that department, but to be at 386 amongst all of those other numbers, clutch and productive, has been one of the best in the game all year.
He did not go on the check down at first, so it's 1-2. And on top of all of that, Snell facing this lineup, and Bogaerts having this great year. Well, against lefties, he's hitting .370. Not good enough to be second in the league at .344 overall. How about those numbers?
Yeah, I mean, it's just fantastic.
2-2.
You know, the one thing that he does is he does a great job in that batter's box of staying balanced. You know, you very rarely see him off balance, out in front. Does a nice job of staying back, keeping his hands back. Good with pitch recognition.
This one headed to second. Forsythe right there for it. 3 up and 3 down go the Red Sox. Quick inning for Blake Snell. Rays coming in to hit. The first, a 1-2-3 top half for Boston. Rays light up tonight, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. We'll again have Logan Forsythe leading off. Tim Beckham will get a start at shortstop against the lefty. He'll hit second. Then Evan Longoria, Logan Morris, and Desmond Jennings, and Oswaldo Arce, and down the middle, Taylor Motter hits seventh. Nick Franklin will be the DH, and Kurt Casale will catch and hit ninth.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the Boston Red Sox is going to be left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez, making his 6th start of the season. Season was slowed up a little bit, had a dislocated kneecap, put on the disabled list right at the beginning of April, activated on May the 31st, and you see the numbers there.
Here's Forsythe. Takes the pitch on the corner, of fastball for a strike. Rodriguez, a 10-game winner last year. A couple of young lefties going at it. Rodriguez, 23.
Boy, there were major expectations on Rodriguez coming into this season, and slowed by the kneecap issue, and then has just not been able to get, consistently good outings put together here since he's come back.
Check right there, 2-1. Yeah, that knee issue in the spring, it made it difficult for him to have an active spring training. He had swelling in that knee. Base hit, lined into left for Forsythe. Rays put the leadoff man on.
Well, let's take a look at that Red Sox defense and see how it's going to line up here tonight. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. In the outfield, left to right, we have Bryce Brents, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Mookie Betts. And across the infield, third to first, Marco Hernandez, Xander Bogaerts, Dustin Pedroia, and Hanley Ramirez, with Sandy Leon behind the plate.
Well, here's Beckham. Beckham started at third yesterday in Baltimore. Had a double in 4 trips. Forsythe back in. 5 starts for Rodriguez. No attempted steals against him. And so far in those starts, last year he was about average in terms of ground ball percentage, and that's down considerably so far through his first few starts.
That's the pitch to keep an eye on. He has a very good changeup. That one at 85 miles an hour. He does a great job mimicking the fastball, good arm speed, and he will use it to both lefties and righties. Big pitch for Eduardo Rodriguez.
Lifted toward right. Betts is there. That's the first out.
That's the way that you use that changeup to set up the fastball. The changeup kind of slows the hitter down, and then all of a sudden that 93 has a 95, 96 look to it, a little jump, and that's why Beckham a little bit tardy on that. The soft fly ball.
Here's Evan Longoria. Evan starts the night hitting .269 with 18 home runs. He's 3 of 5 against Rodriguez, facing him last year. Which is a strike call. You're getting time, a long look by Rodriguez already. One. First appearance by the Red Sox here at the Trop this year. Rays won 2 of 3 from Boston earlier this year at Fenway Park. 19 games between these two clubs before it's over, so we're going to see a lot of this team.
That's right, especially here, like you said, game 74 before they show up at Tropicana Field. There's going to be an awful lot of the Boston Red Sox coming down this way. All going to be important games too. And really, you've got two desperate teams. I mean, Boston's not been playing very well here over the last couple of weeks. Of course, the Rays, well documented, a winless road trip and have lost 11 in a row.
That's ball 3. Change up and away, stayed away and up. So it's a 3-1 count. Red Sox last year was 78-84. And this year running second in the division. Right now chasing the Baltimore Orioles. Into left center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Forsythe will head to third. Throws in that direction, will not be in time. Skips past the third baseman Hernandez. Backed up by Rodriguez. But Longoria heads to second, and the Rays will have men at second and third.
Well, jumping right on Rodriguez early. Inconsistent command. A bad count here. And even though that ball's away, it's up enough. Evan can get out there, reach it, drop it in. Forsythe with some aggressive base running. And when this ball gets loose right there, see, Evan Longoria is going to stay at first. But once he sees that ball get by Hernandez, another potential run here.
Well, they're going to charge the third baseman Hernandez with an error. And it's the Rays manager Kevin Cass talking with Vic Carapazza, the plate umpire, right now in the aftermath of that play. Well, they're getting John Hirschbeck, the third base umpire, and the crew chief involved in this. Here's that throw. And our initial idea is that the ball was not in, no, it didn't go into the dugout. He kept it out of the dugout.
You know, I wonder, Dwayne, that, you know, you could read Kevin Cash's lips talking about pushing him. You know, when Eduardo Rodriguez backhanded that ball, he had some help in the dugout of guys kind of pushed him back out onto the field. And see, that's exactly what they're talking about. When you see him field that ball, there were some hands that went out that pushed him up, and I'm sure John Hirschbeck's saying, no, they were protecting themselves. Watch right here. Watch the guys in the dugout. He's headed that way. And I think that's all they did. But I think that Kevin Cash from the other dugout is thinking maybe they pushed him and helped him back out onto the field or kept him from going in the dugout. I mean, that's really the only thing you could think of.
Well, from a technical side, there was contact made.
Yeah.
Now, you know, if you want to read intent and actual how efficient that was in terms of helping your, in this case, your pitcher, that's another story. But the Rays will continue play with men still at second and third, and Logan Morrison batting here against Rodriguez.
Tracking that ball down. Certainly gets it before it goes in. And that was the egregious act. How dare he?
Want to know the count to Morrison. Great opportunity for the Rays early. And there it is, a base hit up the right side. Forsythe will score. Longoria heads to the plate, and the Rays break out in front 2-0. Logan Morrison comes through here in the first.
Well, the struggles for Eduardo Rodriguez. In his 5 starts, he's given up at least 4 runs in 4 of the 5. And there was the changeup, but not fooled at all was Logan Morrison. And he just shoots this ball out into right field, and the Rays jump out early.
You know, interestingly enough, a large part of his problems occur after the second inning. He had settled in the first couple innings pretty well, but not tonight. The Rays have jumped him for 2 in the first.
Well, the key will be, too, is to make this hold up, because we saw this a couple of times in Baltimore, and it didn't work out so well. But that's what you're talking about, Dwayne.
Yeah, look at the breakout after the second inning. Third inning plus a 9.18 ERA. Jennings fouls it back. The fastball. Pretty good pitch right there.
To hit.
That's exactly right. I'd like to see that line somewhere put into play. 1-1 the count. Morrison back in. So that had to feel good for Logan Morrison, because we mentioned it on the road. Logan's numbers on the road much better than at home. He's hitting .295 on the road and .158 at home. So to get that base hit, drive in a couple here, first time up on this homestand, big step in the right direction.
Well,
1-2.
and he's going to have 11 games to get that average taken care of. It's going to be a long homestand, and the Rays need to make hay.
Well, he tends to be a streak hitter, and if he gets on a streak at home, he can take care of that in 11 games. Jennings pops it up, foul ball. Hanley Ramirez grabs it for the second out. Two gone with 2 runs home. And Oswaldo Arcia will be the hitter. 5 home runs on the year. One of those coming yesterday in the 4th inning in Baltimore. Drove in 3 runs in that game. A solo home run in the 4th, and a 2-run double his next time up. On the ground, that's trying to get through the shift. Pedroia throws it back to the infield. Morton trying to go to third. He's going to make it standing. First and third. Pedroia got to the ball, knew that he couldn't do anything with it out there, and back toward the infield it came in no general direction.
Well, and Marco Hernandez got caught. He got caught right there. He's got to go for the ball. Dustin Pedroia would have been better served to get up, keep a hold of that baseball, and let Marco Hernandez filter back to third base. But once he just threw it in and it started to roll, well, someone had to go get the baseball, and that was Hernandez. You give up third base, and Morrison, very heads up play there, getting over to third. Now you're thinking about maybe a ball in the dirt. A lot more ways to score when you're on third.
Base hit for Arcia. Taylor Motter gets an at bat. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Snipping that outside edge. There's a shot into left toward the corner, and it'll get by Brents. Morrison has scored. Arcia is going to go to third on the Motter double, and the Rays have another run. Taylor Motter's third double of the year, driving in his 8th run.
Well, and Eduardo Rodriguez right now not fooling anybody. This fastball, look at that, leaks to the middle of the plate. You know, when you don't hit your location, this is what can happen. Taylor Motter got into that ball. That was loud contact. The Rays continue to add on.
5 hits here in the first inning, 3 runs off Rodriguez. And he's getting a visit from Carl Willis, the pitching coach.
Now this is a Boston Red Sox team that, you know, back on June the 12th, they were tied at the top of the division with the Baltimore Orioles. And since then, Baltimore's gone 9-5. The Red Sox have gone 5-9, and really all facets of the team has been struggling, and that's where they find themselves 4 games back. They got to hand it to them the last 2 series by the Rangers and the White Sox.
But since the 26th of May, they are 12-17. And here's Nick Franklin. He's the DH. Boy, this would be a big spot for Franklin and the Rays if he could come through. 1 ball.
Well, it has been the pitching. You know, they've been scoring runs. They haven't been scoring at the same rate of the season in the last, couple of weeks. But overall, the production is there offensively, but pitching has not been great.
That's up the right side. Fair. Down into the corner. Garcia scores. Monter's going to score. Franklin on his way to second. And the Rays break out with a 5-run first. Nick Franklin's first hit of the year, and it drives in a couple.
Nice way to do it. Now once again, look where this pitch is. And you see Sandy Leon. He was crossed up. That was not supposed to be a fastball, or that certainly wasn't what Sandy Leon was looking for. But regardless, that ball ended up again in the middle of the plate, and the Rays take advantage.
Kurt Casale up here with Franklin on second. This is the fastball, strike 1. Tell you, the Rays have done a lot of their damage early in the count against Rodriguez as well. Close to Casale.
You've got a lineup that's going up there ready to hit, and Eduardo Rodriguez, he's leaving pitches right out over the plate. You can't let those go by. Even that one that Kurt Casale just swung and foul tipped into the glove to start. This at bat was right down the middle. Outings don't last very long when you're out over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, and he had a couple pitches in the Jennings at bat that Desmond would love to see in the next 2 or 3 at bats he should get tonight.
If he gets to face him again.
Yeah.
The Rays are roughing him up. We'll see.
Well, Logan Morrison got the big hit to start it. And suddenly Blake Snell has 5 runs in support of his start tonight. Broken bat and a ground ball foul. Rays have 5 runs, 6 hits. They have come through in the first inning tonight. It's been a big issue in this slide they've been on. Pitching's been an issue. It's really all around. But the Rays came in 13 of their last 88 with men in scoring position. It's a 148 average. Cashing in on opportunities in the first tonight. Sally takes it too high. A 2-2 count, 2 outs, a man on second. Sally fouls it. We'll see another pitch. Rodriguez has given up 7 home runs coming into this in what is now just over 27 innings. And steps back just to think about it again. And a swing and a miss. Had him out in front and chasing the changeup. The Rays send 9 men to the plate in the first. They pound out 6 hits and score 5 times. At the end of an inning from the Trop, 5-0 Tampa Bay. Second inning for Boston. The Rays batting around for the 7th time this year in this first inning to put up 5. And here's the Buick GMC big matchup. David Ortiz on fire. 31 games, 381 with 27 runs batted in. 3rd in the league in hitting overall, an average of 337.
Some gaudy numbers there from David Ortiz.
Fouls it back.
Well, and he keeps getting pestered with, is this really your swan song? I mean, you really are going to walk away? You're having a year like this, and this is
yeah.
You go away, and he said, I'm done.
Yeah.
Period.
And some people say, I don't believe you.
It'd be hard to walk away hitting 330 with 40 bombs and drive in 120. You know, you'd wonder how much longer you could take it out. But he's insisting that he's done.
Well, when you look at those numbers, you know, 3rd in the league in hitting, 2nd in runs batted in, leads the league in on-base percentage and slugging percentage. How about MVP type numbers? Oh, there's a nice breaking ball right there, and it's called strike 2.
That was dirty. I mean, that is an up and down curveball. Wow. Look at the depth in the late break.
You know, that's the one in his first outing against the Yankees that we saw a handful of. Little roller here. Beckham out of the shift from his shortstop spot on the right side of second base there, makes that play. So Ortiz is out 6-3 on the shift. One gone in the second.
First baseman, number 13, Hanley Ramirez.
And the next hitter will be Hanley Ramirez. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Ortiz continues to have the kind of year he's put up so far. I think you're right. It would be difficult for him to say, well, I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah. That helmet's not going to be worth anything anymore.
Ramirez, a pop-up Forsythe under this one.
Here's the question,
him out in front.
Here's the question, though, Dwayne. If he were to decide, and obviously he's insisting that he's not, we're going to go with take the man at his word. But if it did change, you got to give the gifts back, though, right? You can't keep the gifts and then have another farewell tour.
Yeah, that's right. So what you would do, you would take that tour, and everywhere you got a gift, then you would give it back.
You would give it back.
Yeah.
And they'd probably re-gift it.
Yeah, and then they'd give it back to you, and it would all be good.
Another ceremony.
Yeah.
You really ought to think about doing that. It'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Jackie Bradley Jr., and he takes a strike. He's hitting 300. 13 homers, 49 runs batted in. And a strike call right there. Another breaking ball. So we've seen a couple of really good curveballs. Seen the changeup here. Saw the fastball to start this game. First pitch of the game to Betts. An excellent fastball. So he's looking very good so far. And Bradley Jr. checks on that one.
It all starts with that heater. And in that start against the Cleveland Indians, you know, he had a hard time getting it down in the zone. Left a lot of fastballs up. And he's made the adjustment here in the early going, and the other pitches are coming right along with it.
And strike 3 on that cut and the miss. A 1-2-3 second. Rays 5, Red Sox nothing.
It's up 5-0, sending 9 men to the plate in the first. Logan Forsythe will lead off again in the second. We are talking to the president of baseball operations, Matt Silverman. Matt, always easier to discuss baseball when things are going well. Glad you could join us during this stretch. What have you seen lately in this 11 games? Prior to that, you had won 9 out of 11.
Yeah, you know, when we'd won 9 out of 11, feeling really good about ourselves and thought we'd built some momentum, and really we just we hit a tough patch. Haven't gotten the consistent pitching that we're so accustomed to, and really haven't been able to get on a roll. This has been a really tough stretch, a lot of losses piled up in a row, and it's nice to get 5 runs on the board, have a little bit of breathing room, and just feel a little bit better about things. You know, we don't know how the game's going to end, but feel better just starting the game like this.
Obviously, you always look at a team and try and prepare for the worst. I'm not sure if you could have imagined all the outfield injuries piling up at once.
And look, we always focus on depth. We try to find players that are versatile. We try to stock up in Durham, but this one has really tested us, and we haven't been able to fill the void on the performance side given the injuries. It's not an excuse. You know, we've had a number of guys have the opportunity, but we haven't seen it, and the pitching staff hasn't been the same quality that we've seen in the past. We haven't had those shutdown starts to stop this skid and get us back going the right direction.
Has that been to you the biggest surprise this year? You look at this current stretch of 11 straight games. You've allowed 5 runs in all 11 of those games, and you would think that's the last thing you would have had to worry about coming out of spring training.
Yeah, coming out of spring training, we felt really good about the starting pitching. We thought we'd hit more home runs, which we have. The bullpen was going to be a question, hoping to get Boxberger back. But starting pitching, we sort of took it for granted that was going to be a cornerstone of this team. It still can be, but we certainly haven't seen enough of that yet so far.
And again, it seems in little blips where one guy will be hot for a month and then another guy will be hot. Tomorrow's starter Chris Archer has been a guy obviously you gave the ball to on opening day. hasn't been as consistent as you would probably like, or hasn't been quite the same guy that we saw last year?
No, he hasn't been as consistent. He'll be the first one to tell you that. Had some issues early in the games getting going. The stuff is there. The quality of the pitch is there. Just needs it needs to be sharper. Needs to have better results, especially at the beginning of the game, and hopefully get a lead.
Logan Forsythe called out on strikes for the first out here in the second inning, talking with the president of baseball operations for the Rays, Matt Silverman. Matt, you mentioned the bullpen was going to be a question mark. It seems like every year that's where the most turnover is, and where your biggest question is how good can the bullpen be? I know at the beginning of the season on the opening day roster, you had guys like Steve Geltz and Danny Farquhar and Ryan Webb and Dana Evelyn. Not all of them panned out the way you'd hoped, and it unfortunately led to some guys being used extensively in the first couple of months, more so maybe than you guys wanted.
Yeah, we were hoping that a couple guys from that group would step up and be able to be one of those late inning relievers to go along with a couple guys, and then we get Boxberger back and be able to piece it together. We haven't been able to do that. Colomé has been a horse at the end of the game. Erasmo has borne a lot of innings. Matty Andres is playing a key role now down there just to help us have those quality innings, but it hasn't been the same type of bullpen. They're unpredictable, but we thought we had some better arms. Still have some confidence in those guys, but they certainly, the pen as a whole didn't do the job early in the year.
As you said, you don't like to use injuries as an excuse, but as you look on the horizon, you do have some players that are coming back that are going to help you out. Would Brandon Guyer be the soonest of all those guys, and then who follows after that?
Hoping that we get Brandon Guyer and Souza back sometime this homestand, going out on rehab assignments, and hopefully we'll be a nice jolt to this club, get some offense back, get some consistency back, and hopefully fill the hole. We got to figure out what to do with Steve Pearce and how long his hamstring is going to be. It's going to be a little bit longer there, but getting him back 2 outfielders will certainly help.
And then all the markers for Kevin Kiermaier have been met so far?
So far, so good. We thought it was a 6 to 8 week injury. He's progressing, and so we'll have an update hopefully later this week.
Well, Matt, again, we appreciate the time. It's always easier to talk about your team when they're in the midst of a big run. Unfortunately, it has not been the case lately, but thanks for the time, and hopefully things turn around tonight.
Yeah, hope so. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Todd. And I'll say this, Matt Silverman was right on the money. First, the injuries, for example, Steven Souza Jr. took batting practice here today, saw him hit a couple of balls out center field. He hit that timing clock out there, which is, we don't really mind if he hits that at all.
No.
But he's swinging the bat pretty well. They're thinking Guyer sometime maybe midweek could be back, so that's the start of getting some of those guys back. But the point that Matt Silverman made about pitching, you go back the last 8 years, the starting rotation has had an earned run average of 378 for 8 years. Well, this year it's approaching 4.5. Not quite there, but rounded off to that. And that's a major difference. There's just no question about that. And that's been the heart and soul of the success that this franchise has had. It begins with quality innings out of your starters. It's not pointing fingers at anybody. That's just historically the truth and the way they try to build this team.
Yeah, they set the tone, to a ball game. They protect the bullpen. They allow you a couple of innings of zero. All of those things. And Dwayne, if you go individually and you just look at of all the starting pitchers who qualified, you go to the bottom.
Well, it's going to be foul.
You go to the bottom 13 ERAs in the American League as far as starting pitching, and the Rays have 3 pitchers in there. 3 of the worst 13 as far as ERA go. That's 60% of your rotation.
Yeah, and so that's where you are. Now, where do you go from here? All of these pitchers have been part of that 8-year span where the pitching has been excellent, starting pitching. And I'm sure Kevin Cash is thinking, Jim Hickey's thinking, there's ability in this rotation to be a lot closer to that 8-year rotation ERA than the one that they have now. And that's what they continue to look for and work toward.
Yeah, and all of those beliefs are true. Now go do it. That's the bottom line.
Yep.
Go do it.
2-2 here on Tim Beckham. Forsythe has been called out on strikes. And now the count is full. Back into the screen, foul. So Beckham battling here, a 10-pitch at bat to this point. And ball 4. It's an 11-pitch walk. Beckham heads to first with 1 out. Here's Evan Longoria.
How were we able to get a full interview with Matt Silverman in halfway through the second hitter of the inning? I mean, usually those things, you know, when Todd's going to sit down with a hard hitting with Matt Silverman, we're talking the first 2 outs at least, and it's going to dribble into, you know, the last out of the inning, maybe even a couple of hits, or, you know, who knows what's going to happen.
Yep.
We got a strikeout of Forsythe, and halfway through the Beckham at bat, and the interview was over.
Well, 11-pitch at bat will help you fit an interview in and have plenty of the inning left over.
And there's not a lot of tempo in between those 11 pitches either.
Strike the count to Longoria. A nice job by Todd Callis there on that sit down with Matt Silverman. Into center field. That ball is going to be caught by Bradley Jr. Back to first goes Beckham.
Number 7, Logan Morrison.
2 gone, and Logan Morrison is on his way to the plate. Couple of RBIs with a line drive single to right in the first inning. And that started the scoring. Mentioned the Rays had 7 innings this year in which they've batted around, 3 against the Red Sox, a couple in that series up at Fenway. They had a 6-run 4th in a 12-8 win up there, and then they had that extra inning game when they beat the Red Sox 3-0 and scored 3 in the 10th and sent 9 men to the plate. 9 men to the plate here in the first inning of this game to put up 5. Side, a ball, no strikes. 28 pitches in the first, 20 again here in the second. He's averaged 17.5 pitches per inning this year. Foul ball off the check swing, and it's 1-1.
Well, been victimized by the long ball too. That was the encouraging thing about the Rays' first inning. They did it without benefit of the home run. Put an inning together, put some hits together, but Eduardo Rodriguez coming in had given up 7 home runs in just over 26 innings of work.
Two balls and a strike.
You think about numbers like that, you start to think about poor location. Balls out over the heart of the plate, thigh high, to give up that many home runs in that few of innings. And there hasn't been a home run by the Rays, but we've seen a number of those pitches just miss location, and Rays are hammering them.
Little number. That's going to be a base hit against the Chef. Well, not the hardest hit base hit Morrison's ever picked up, but he's 2 for 2 tonight.
He looked so surprised after that swing and realized that ball, you know, right off the end of the bat, like you said, and then like, oh, wait a minute, there's nobody there. It's a good feeling running down to first base knowing that there cannot be a play made on you. And that's all the farther you had to hit it.
An infield hit for Morrison. Another visit to the mound. Carl Willis was out there in the first inning. Pedroia is doing a lot of the talking right here. Well, you saw the fired up second baseman challenging his pitcher tonight, to essentially get with the program and then says, I'm leaving. The group is still around the mound.
Yeah.
Pedroia is not happy.
No, I tell you what, I don't know if I've seen that before, but you're right. He made a beeline in there, and Carl Willis just stand by, and he chewed on him a little bit. Let's go.
Well, there you go.
I like it.
Yeah, you have to love that. That's great stuff from Pedroia.
It gets to the point, when you get to the point where you have an infielder chewing on you on the mound, then there's a backstory there.
Yeah,
there's a backstory.
And especially one who's like half your size.
Yeah, right.
And you're standing on top of the mound.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had the floor.
You get to a point where it's enough is enough. I've watched this for too long.
Yep.
And maybe it's been addressed in other ways, and it's obviously not resonating, and now it's over. And I'm going to let you have it, and that's just the way it goes. Too bad.
It's a strike. It's 1-2. Yeah. You tell him what you want to tell him. Here's the message. Straightforward. Then you give him a cookie. And you say, let's go.
Participation trophy.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe a little ice cream. 1-2 the count. And a pickoff back there.
You get the feeling with Dustin Pedroia's, has children bring home a participation trophy that they're going back.
Yeah.
We don't know. We take these home for first place and first place only.
Absolutely. Gotta like the fire. Rays hope it doesn't work. And there goes a man trying to steal third and running into that out right there. Beckham caught trying to steal. Hernandez puts the tag on him. You don't take many liberties with Leon behind the plate anyway, and he was out by plenty. Bottom of the second and lost the base runner on the third out at third, and I'm just not sure that I understand this. Trying to steal third with Leon behind the plate, and you're making the third out at third base. I just don't get it.
Well, you're right, and this is now 4 straight base runners that have been gunned down by Leon, and it's not even close. Not even close. And when we saw the one camera angle, Tim Beckham's jump was from he's flat-footed. And those, when you want to steal third, you'll see those guys out there try to get that walking lead, that moving lead to build some momentum. He's standing flat-footed, and all of a sudden trying to steal third with 2 outs. And yeah, Didn't go well.
I mean, Leon, any catcher would love to be able to throw the way he can.
Did you see that?
I'm telling you.
That pellet.
Yeah.
I mean, he just comes out of there gunning, and you know, Marco Hernandez had to wait on Tim Beckham. Like, are you going to get here? All right, gotcha.
Leon will hit next. Bryce Brent's up here. 1-2 the count. This pitch fought off. Fastball up and into him, and it's fouled. 1-2. I'll say this about Blake Snell. The first 2 innings, what we've seen, has been exciting.
Yes.
He has been really, really good these first 2 innings.
Yeah, we're seeing the plus stuff and in the strike zone.
Ground ball, and that's going to be a base hit against the ship. Forsythe couldn't get back over there. Brent's aboard. You
know, and you would think a guy like Bryce Brent, he doesn't have a whole lot of at-bats. You know, is there a big enough sample size to be able to put the shift on him? But they certainly do. And you've got Logan Forsythe right there and a wide open right side of the infield. And Brent takes 93 and just pokes it out into center field.
So here's Sandy Leon. Yeah, Brents was in 9 games last year for the Red Sox. Playing left field today for them, or tonight. This is his 4th game this year. Fly ball, short center. Here's Jennings, and he makes the catch. 1 on, 1 out. Fans, you can go online now to bid on the 2nd Rays charity auction item, hitting lessons with Logan Forsythe. It's a one-of-a-kind of experience. Includes an hour session of hitting lessons, pre-game field passes, personalized baseball bats, and more. Proceeds benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation and the Tampa General Hospital Foundation. To bid, visit raysbaseball.com/auction. You'll learn a lot about hitting and enjoy the time with Logan. Marco Hernandez looks at a strike. A 23-year-old infielder playing third base tonight.
Yeah, see, yeah, and that's a tough assignment. You know, young third baseman getting this start here against Blake Snell, left on left, and having to deal with that curveball. Thank you. Well, the fastball and the slider too.
Foul ball. Bounces up and hits him in the back. Hernandez likes to swing that bat. He can be aggressive up there. Snell ahead of him, 0-2. It's foul. Line drive off the fastball, and out of play it goes. We're in the 3rd tonight. First game of the series. First game of an 11-game homestand for the Rays. Red Sox in for 3. Tigers will be in for 4, and the Angels in for 4. Tapper right side. Morrison, oh, a little hesitation, and everybody is safe. He started to look at second and decided he couldn't go there, and then really, as it played out, no place to go.
Yeah, he hung himself out. He's going to be off the bag here, and initially that ball wasn't hit hard enough, so he realizes at that point not going to be able to make the play at second. And there just was no play there and nobody to cover. And that ball was so lightly hit. That's where you got into, because you would love to cut the runner down at second base, no doubt about that. Keep him out of scoring position, but the ball wasn't hit hard enough.
Now the top of the order. Betts takes a strike, breaking ball.
I love watching that pitch with our camera angle, the camera angle that is directly behind the mound. You get to see what a true 12-6 curveball looks like.
One and one to count. Yeah, you're right. That's a great shot.
It is. You know, most curveballs are not 12-6. You know, I mean, if they're 11-5, 10-4, if it's get a little slurvy. But this is up and down. Look at that.
1 and 2 now.
And that was actually the slider. Got into the 80s. That curveball's been in the mid 70s, but that ball's straight down.
Snell gives you all of them. That fastball, the changeup, the curve, and the slider. Blocked here by Casale, the slider again. 2 and 2. A couple of men on here in the third. Got Betts, who's hitting .367 with men in scoring position, and then Pedroia, who battles you all the way on every pitch on deck. All against Blake Snell. Liner into center, that's hanging up there, and Jennings makes the catch. A little hang time on that one, and Desmond got over there to grab it for the second out.
Yeah, it came off the bat like a changeup. It didn't have that jump off of the bat where you're thinking about getting into the gap. Had good trajectory, but there was nothing on it. And that allowed Desmond Jennings to be able to settle in. There it is, the changeup. How about the changeup in a 3-1 count? Not the best location, but a gutsy pitch nonetheless. And you get the out. Threw a changeup, hit a changeup.
Now it's Pedroia. Ball low. Pedroia line to right in the first. One. Pedroia came into the game hitting .305, and he's been up over .320 consistently for the last month or so. Fly ball right field. Marcia right there. 2 men left for Boston. We're going to go into the bottom of the third. 5-0 Rays. Sports Florida brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com today. By Furman, the Bay Area's first name in Chevrolet. By St. Luke's Cataract and Laser Institute, world-class care right here in Tampa Bay. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Rays back home. You gotta love this place. Great evening shot right there. Well, Desmond Jennings will open the bottom of the third. And hits one deep to left. Will it carry out? Yes! Home run for Jennings. First pitch fastball. That's home run number 7. And it's 6-0 Tampa Bay.
Just talked about Eduardo Rodriguez has been victimized by the long ball here this season. That's the 8th he's given up in 28 2/3 innings. And watch the location once again. I mean, right out over the plate, above the belt. And one more on.
Home run number 105 for the Rays. Here's Arcia swinging and missing. Strike one. Arcia had a base hit in the 5-run first and scored a run. Popper back a third, and that's headed for the stands. So a 2-strike count now running on Arcia. Jennings connecting. Into left center field. That's going to be in there. One hop and to the wall, and Arcia is on his way to second. He is 2 for 2. Well, the Rays like the bat he's bringing with him. Single and a double tonight.
Well, we've seen him spray his hits all over the field. That's the other thing you got to like. And Arcia right here, this pitch away, but it's up, and you just reach out there. You see how close that back foot is to the plate. He's right up on top of the plate. He's got good coverage, and the ball that's up, he hits with power out to left center field.
Taylor Motter takes a strike. Motter doubled home a run in the first inning for the Rays. Ball and a strike. Jennings has opened the inning with a home run. He hit one yesterday in Baltimore. Got the Rays scoring started. This one here in the third gives them a 6-run lead. High fly ball back into center. Bradley Jr. near the track makes the catch. Arcia tags, heads to third, and arrives ahead of the throw and hangs onto the bag. Well, Motter thought he had a shot right there, and he sent Bradley to the warning track in center.
Yeah, wrong part of the field to hit it, though. 404 to dead center. Then you got that little nook out there. But I'll tell you what he did do is he got him deep enough that Arcia able to get over to third base with less than 2. So it's still a job well done. You see the high fives.
Hey, how about this for Arcia? The guys in the truck doing some research. Arcia at the Trop before today was 1 for 18. Of course, he was facing pretty good pitching here too with Minnesota. 2 for 2 here coming home to play for the Rays now. Infield up for Boston. Franklin, who doubled in 2 his first time up, fouls the first pitch. The fastball by him. 0-2. Five in the first, 1 in the third for the Rays. Upstairs. A ball, 2 strikes.
See if Rodriguez comes back here. He needs the strikeout. He's put himself in a position to get it. Not afraid to use the changeup in these types of situations.
This is in. Fastball there off the plate. 2-2. Coming off a no decision against the White Sox, he gave up 4 runs in 6 innings, and prior to that, a loss to the Orioles, 5 runs in 4 1/3. And he misses there. So a full count. Full count with a man at third and 1 out. Three-two popped up. That's going to be out of play. We'll see another 3-2 delivery. Franklin 6 pitches into this at bat. Trying to get another run home. You can't let up when you're playing this Boston ball club. They're averaging over 5.5 runs a game. It's tops in the big leagues. 5.59 runs a game. Ground ball, that's going to go through. Base hit into center. Arcia scores. Franklin has 3 runs batted in, and the Rays lead 7-0.
Well, up in the count, 1-2, not able to put Nick Franklin away. Comes back with a full count fastball, and Nick Franklin, you know, just put it in play. You got all these guys, they're all brought in. Easier to get a ground ball by him, and he did that right there. Rays just continue to tack on it. Another visit to the mound. See who does the talking this time.
Yeah, Carl Willis makes his 3rd visit. A little conference there. Pedroia and Bogart stay back around 2nd.
They're not interested anymore.
Pedroia's had his say. Rays players need your support to get to the 2016 MLB All-Star Game. Go to RaysBaseball.com/vote to submit your ballot for all your favorite Rays players. You can vote up to 5 times every day. Go to RaysBaseball.com/vote now. Well, you look at his outing so far this year for Rodriguez. 6 innings against the Orioles on the 31st of May. 2 runs allowed, and he got the win. Since then, 5 2/3 against the Blue Jays, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 2/3 against the Twins, 6 hits, 4 runs, and then the ones we mentioned again, Baltimore 4 1/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, and the White Sox 6 innings, 4 hits and 4 runs in that one. Well, here's Kurt Casale. And he starts to go and could not check. Off speed, strike 1. Well, they'll get some action in the bullpen. The left-hander Robbie Ross Jr. up. Now 1-1. 2 straight changeups here to Casale. He struck him out with that pitch in the first. A step back by Rodriguez and a step out by Casale.
Why?
Upstairs. Stayed off speed.
Well, you know, there's something to this tempo, or lack thereof, right here. You know, and you wonder what Xander Bogaerts is talking to Rodriguez about. But you know, you come set, looking over there at Nick Franklin, step off, you come back, you're holding the ball forever, and you're just building no rhythm, and it is shown in your pitch location and the scoreboard.
Ball into short right, and that's off Pedroia's glove, deflecting to Betts. They have a play at second, and out. The call there on the force on Franklin. He had to hold up to see if the ball was going to be caught or not, and as it deflected off Pedroia's glove, Betts found it out there in right and made the force play at second base.
Yeah, there's really nothing that Nick Franklin could have done there. You get halfway and you're reading it. Once it goes off the glove, well, right to Betts. I mean, that's just unfortunate. A nice job by Bogaerts to be able to scoop that and stay on the bag. And here's Nick Franklin. This is how you got to play it. This is how you got to play it. Okay, now you got to go, but it's too late. Oh, that throw's already on its way. So just unfortunate circumstances there.
So it's a fielder's choice. And now the pitch to Forsythe, driven high and deep to left. I mean, deep to left and out of here. Logan Forsythe on the first pitch changeup hits it a mile to left. A 2-run blast. Home run number 6 for Logan Forsythe. Second home run of the inning for the Rays. And they make it a 9-0 game.
Wow, look at that ball just breaking right into the swing. And this is one of the longer ones we've seen. Logan Forsythe, we talk an awful lot about his quick hands. And he centers that baseball, and look at the carry to the tarp. You know, I'll tell you what. Well, I'll tell you that after the break.
All right, that's it for Rodriguez. 9-0 Tampa Bay. home run. And that ends the night for Eduardo Rodriguez. The Rays building a 9-run lead here. 2 home runs in the third. 75 pitches for the young left-hander. 11 hits, 9 runs.
You know, Dwayne, they put obviously a beating on Eduardo Rodriguez here tonight, and more than likely should continue on and win this ball game. I mean, a lot of baseball left to play, but this is the kind of start that can linger with a young pitcher. You know, a late start to his season. He's been struggling trying to build any sort of consistency in his outings. And then you take a beat down like this when the team's been scuffling here a little bit. And this is where it could really, you know, it could linger the next couple of starts for Eduardo. In fact, this is one of those starts where if you have an off day coming up, you start thinking, yeah, maybe we give him a little extra time, try to clear his mind. This is a bad one.
Yeah, he didn't fool any hitters tonight.
No. Just a ton of pitches out over the heart of the plate, and you've got to really credit the Rays hitters.
Pitch close to Beckham, and now it's 2-1. 22nd appearance for Robbie Ross Jr. And now he drops that one in there. Slow breaking ball. Two. And he's out on strikes. Rays finished in the third, but they put up 4. Home run by Desmond Jennings leading it off. Logan Forsythe capping the inning. 9-0 Rays through 3. Jennings and Logan Forsythe in the bottom of the third. The Rays have built a healthy lead here as we go to the fourth. 106 home runs for the Rays this year. Xander Bogaerts leads it off. He'll be followed by David Ortiz and Hanley Ramirez. Blake Snell delivers the fastball upstairs. 38 pitches through the first 3 innings for Snell. Got a strikeout on the board. It's in there at the knees.
Well, and the key for Blake Snell, don't change a thing. Continue to pitch. Do not pitch to the score. Pitch to the game plan. And that's what I'm sure we're going to see him do.
Fly ball. Jennings right there to make the catch. And Bogart's out in front. Our Toyota inside look. Big Papi approaches the plate. 3 World Series titles for Ortiz, including the MVP of the series in 2013. Tied with Ted Williams, among others, there with 521 home runs. A 9-time All-Star, and he says this is his swan song.
And the numbers are gaudy. You saw them as he came up for his first at bat, coming in, what, 337, 18, 61 runs driven in. Save your best for last, I guess.
You look at the home runs, and that's the thing when you know. I mean, it's no surprise that he is where he is. He's been around a long time and has been productive, but you know, when you're tied with Ted Williams and Willie McCovey and Frank Thomas on the home run list, you've done something. Snell behind him, 3-0. His next run batted in, he'll catch Reggie Jackson on that list. And walk on 4 pitches. So a 1-out walk sends Ortiz to first. And we'll get Hanley Ramirez to the plate. Takes the fastball upstairs.
And he took that with no intent to swing. The bat never left the shoulder.
It's low, off speed, and Casale's going to head to the mound for a little visit here. Ramirez, his splits this year, he's hitting .346 off lefties and .253 off right-handed pitching. And a year ago, when he hit .249 overall, he had .257 against right-handed pitchers and only .230 against lefties. But he's having a great year against left-handed pitching this year, and he's up in the count after Ortiz walked on 4 pitches. Snell has missed on the first 3 to Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah, this is what you do not want to see with this big lead. It's one thing to pitch recklessly. It's another one to go out and just not be able to find the zone. Something he didn't have a problem with the first 3 innings. There you go.
3-1. Fouled up the right side. That fastball in. Jackie Bradley Jr. is the on-deck hitter. Ground ball, that's going to go through the middle. Beckham was shaded toward the hole at short. Couldn't get over there. Now 2 men on.
Hanley Ramirez hit that ground ball back up the middle, Dwayne, and he dropped his bat in the first base coaching box. He carried it with him all the way down to first base, or almost all the way to first base. Okay. What's going on?
Giving the bat boy a little extra work.
Yeah, that's right. Had to go a long way for that one.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is the hitter, and there's a curveball in. Strike one. Well, go to the curveball. Now that's followed up with a fastball. 0-2. He got it. Oh, my. Strike three call. He made quick work of Jackie Bradley Jr. right there.
And if Fox Tracks is to be believed, Jackie Bradley Jr. had a little bit of a beef. This is 95. He's going for the outer edge. A good two-strike pitch, especially in an 0-2 count, and he gets the call.
Well, might have gotten the front edge.
Hey, you know what? It's in that area too close to take, because that's what can happen. So there you go.
Brents takes the pitch low, starts him with a curveball, and Casale blocked it. Rays have had a big offensive night. Snell trying to contain the Boston Red Sox. 2 on, 2 out in the fourth. It's low, and it's a 2-0 count. Liner into right center. That's going to be in there. Extra bases. Ortiz has scored. Ramirez heads to the plate. Brents heads for third. He's going to be out there. Longoria puts the tag on him. The Red Sox get 2 to make it 9-2. And Brents thrown out at third. Ron Butterfield talking it over with him right there as he ends the inning after driving in 2. Now you can stream the Rays games live right on your tablet or phone using Fox Sports Go. Surprise the deserving Rays fan who volunteers with the After School All-Stars program with his own iPod so he doesn't miss a moment when the Rays are playing on Fox Sports Sun. Runs in the fourth. The Rays have a 9-2 lead. Coming in to hit in the bottom of the fourth with Evan Longoria leading off. He's facing the lefty Robbie Ross Jr. in relief of Eduardo Rodriguez. Evan 1 for 2 tonight. Behind Ross now 0-2. Fly ball. Right field. That's going to send Betts back, reaching for the wall. Has room and makes the catch. Longoria went the other way, 0-2, and hit it a long way. But Betts was back there to catch it. Logan Morrison started the scoring with the Rays in their 5-run first when he singled in 2 runs. Strike 1. Logan 2 for 2 right now. 245 for the year. Ground ball right to Pedroia in short right field. So 2 gone. Well, if you can't catch the Rays on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with the all-new Fox Sports Go app. Download the app and take Fox Sports Sun and Rays baseball with you wherever you go. Desmond Jennings hitting his 6th homer of the year to lead off the 3rd. All of that against Eduardo Rodriguez. Ball from Ross Jr. Here's a ball. Two and 0. Jennings jumped on the first pitch he saw in the at-bat in the 3rd.
Now that ball right above the belt, not over the plate, allows him to get full extension. He drilled one up in Baltimore. Drilled that one too. But this game can be goofy. You know, you look at the Rays during this slide, the hitting, runners in scoring position, team average, not able to put anything together, and then they come out here tonight and just have gone bonkers.
Well, 9 runs in the first 3 innings.
You chase the starting pitcher Rodriguez, you damage his psyche along the way.
Home run by Logan Forsythe tonight. One of 2 hits he's gathered. Ooh, look out. Check swing, foul ball. When you think about doing the slide, that 11-game slide for the Rays, they had scored 29 runs in 11 games. They have 9 runs in the first 3 innings of this one.
You go back to the last 2 games of the Indians series.
Yeah.
The final 2 nights of that series, they had 6 hits. They had 6 hits in the first inning today.
Yep.
I mean, it's what you never know. You just never know.
Numbers on the slide, hitting 162 with men in scoring position and averaging 2.6 runs a game. Well, they had 5 in the first tonight. 6 hits, 4 more in the 3rd.
They were not interested in that table. Just put it away.
Oswaldo Arcia. Pitch is down. 1-0. One. This ball up. That went in the mid-90s. Taylor Motter's on deck. Count is even at 2-2. Ground ball that Ross grabs. Got the glove down there in the nick of time. We're going into the 5th. 9-2 Rays. We move into the 5th inning tonight at Tropicana Field. And our greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. And the Texas Rangers continue to be red hot since the 20th of May. They're 27-8 and averaging almost 5.5 runs a game.
And is it me, or are they doing it rather quietly? Not a lot of buzz. I mean, you throw those numbers up there, you're like, how come you haven't heard more about this team and what they've been doing? Boston will let you know what they've been doing. Handled them in a 3-game series.
Well, you look in the West, look at the standings. Now, they have a 10-game lead on Houston. The Angels, who will be in here on this homestand, they're 17 out now.
Just running away with it. In fact, Houston, I think they lost yesterday, but they had a 7-game winning streak snapped and still are double digits back. You make a little run in the division and you're still not anywhere near where you want to be.
3-1 here. Snell, who had a little control lapse for a couple hitters in the 4th, fell behind Leon. 3-0. And picks up the strike there in the corner and on the upper reaches of the zone. So it's a full count. Marco Hernandez will be next, and then the top of the order. And you want to take care of the guys at the bottom of the order against Boston.
No question. No question like that.
Strike 3 call. How about that? Got him looking. Worked his way all the way back.
And then comes with a full count changeup. That was the most impressive thing about that. Forget coming all the way back. He comes back with the changeup and just locks up Leon.
Leon going, I'm not sure I would have called that pitch if I were behind the plate.
And that's why he couldn't hit it.
Marco Hernandez up here. 9-11-0 for the Rays tonight. 2-4-1 for Boston. Ground ball, and this went back through the middle. Snell instinctively started to reach for that with his pitching hand, and then the mind kicked in, and that hand came back.
Yeah, that, I mean, what a heads up for sure. Watch him. No, get it out of there. Yeah, nothing good's gonna, well, maybe something good, but it's not worth the risk.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Well, what a metaphor that is.
That's,
you know, body says, I'm going to reach for it, and the mind goes, get that arm out of here, and that hand too.
Yeah, all in a matter of a split second.
Yep. And beyond that, we won't explore that metaphor in any other depth. Ground ball, Forsythe to Beckham, one. They get the lead man there. Hernandez out at second base, and Betts is aboard.
Inside out that ground ball, and you see Beckham coming in hot. The feed by Forsythe, a nice job of being able to take that ball that's a little bit below the belt, make the play, but Betts got up the line too quick to try to double him up.
Dustin Pedroia. Tommy Lane loosening in the bullpen.
When you get knocked out in the third inning, you really put a strain on your bullpen. These are the kind of starts that they go to Rick Porcello at some point during tonight's game before he heads back to the hotel and says, now listen, you're good for about 175 pitches tomorrow night. So get your rest.
Yep.
Be out there forever. And you know that. You know after a game like this, if you're starting the following game, you better be good because you're going to be out there a long time,
yeah,
regardless.
Need some coverage.
Yes.
A ball and a strike. Chris Archer and Rick Porcello tomorrow night. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 in the second game of this series. So 2-1. He's home 14 of their next 17 games, counting this one. Liner into center, a base hit. Betts on his way to third. And it's first and third, 2 outs for Bogarts.
See the fastball and Dustin Pedroia, that ball not quite to the barrel. Soft liner into center field. Mookie Betts, you know, obviously he's going with 2 outs. Smooth base runner able to get over to third, and the Red Sox extend this inning.
And here's the thing, it's a 9-2 ball game, but you got to be serious about this with their ability to score runs.
Just thinking the same thing. You know, you take one big swing here and they continue to make pitches.
Ball one. Sally covering the curveball. Ooh, he just missed a little bit wide with that one. He's behind 2-0. Mike Snell. Still thinking about that last pitch. Forget about that one and make the next pitch. Three and 0. Three and 0 now. Ortiz on deck. upstairs. So he gives up the walk. Just like that, the bases are loaded with Ortiz coming up. Jim Hickey out of the dugout now.
Understanding that this is a huge moment. A huge moment in this game, even though you have a 7-run lead. And so Jim Hickey out there to calm his young starter down, get his head back on track, and get this final out of the inning.
You know, he was not happy with that second pitch to Bogaerts, and you could see him, if you read lips, that pitch carried over into the next pitch.
Well, like you said, I mean, he's making these comments as he's delivering the next pitch.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you're like, you said, you got to let that go. That, that's the old clear the mechanism. You know, I mean, you understand that you're upset. Maybe you take a little walk and you say, okay, that's over with. Now we go on.
And now here you are, and this guy, look what he is with the bases loaded for his career.
No, don't.
Ortiz up there, and a first pitch strike, that fastball. Down 1-1. Ortiz has grounded out and has walked. Snell now allowing 6 hits and a couple bases on balls. And the Red Sox trying to make this a game. Two balls and a strike. Couple of low pitch count innings to start this game. 2-1. Fastball foul back. Power and power, mid-90s fastball, and the big swing by Ortiz.
That is a challenge four-seamer right out over the plate.
Ortiz this year, and the little bit we've seen him, has been more direct to the ball. In his so-called last year, if it is indeed, he says it is, he's been quicker.
Yeah, that swing has absolutely, it wasn't but a few years ago where, an average to even, just slightly above average fastball, you could beat David Ortiz in. That's how the Rays would attack him. And boy, things have quickened up.
Two. Now the count is full. Tried the breaking ball. Ortiz not interested.
It's not a lot of windows.
No, a lot of hot zone.
Yeah.
A lot of hot. Full count, bases loaded. Here we go. Upstairs. So he lost him with a fastball, and that's going to force home a run. Ortiz gets a run batted in, and it's 9-3. Hanley Ramirez will be up there. Ramirez singled and scored in the fourth, giving him 1 for 2. That's a strike to start him. Changeup. He got Ramirez to pop up on a first pitch changeup in the second. He took this one for a strike. Big cut at the fastball. 0-2. Ramirez letting it out. This challenge right here. Two-strike pitch. A little bit of that one foul. A couple of hits and a couple of walks, and the Red Sox have a run in the fifth. Ball. Ramirez looking at the curve. Red Sox get a run. They leave the bases loaded, and here's strike three again. Rays lead 9-3.
Taylor Motter will lead off the bottom half of the fifth inning with the Rays leading 9-3. And guys, the incredible saga of Coastal Carolina continues. That's right. The Chanticleers winning to advance to the College World Series Finals. They are playing in the best of three against Arizona beginning tonight, losing 1-0 in the sixth inning. The only active player in the major leagues right now from Coastal Carolina is Taylor Motter. What a month it's been for that university. Dustin Johnson winning the U.S. Open, seen on Fox. Taylor Motter's Coastal Carolina team in the College World Series Finals. He did not wear any gear today with Coastal Carolina on it and said he will not display anything till after the series is over. Dwayne, as you noted, he didn't have any on that last road trip, and it worked out well. He did talk about the World Series Finals, though, in the college, and loud enough so that his locker mate, Mikey Matuk from LSU, could hear it. Back to you.
Yeah, and if it's working, you don't change it. So you just stay with what works, and that's what Taylor Motter's doing so far, although he has had a little early celebration tonight with the RBI double in the first inning and a run scored. Now it's 2-1 here as he faces Tommy Lane, the new pitcher, another left-hander from the Red Sox staff. Rays lead at 9-3.
What's a Chanticleer?
A little tapper, going to be a tough play. Lane with a high throw, sails right over the head of Ramirez down into the corner, and Motter winds up at second. Lane knew he was going to have to hurry, and he just floated that one over everybody at first.
Yeah, well, I think he tried to overthrow it because of hurrying, and man, did he airmail this. Watch how he scrambles and then he puts everything into the throw. And incomplete pass.
I think he threw it away. Coverage was that good.
He did.
So Motter winds up at second. The Rays have a man in scoring position. They led by 9 at one time. It's now 6. So that's a hit and an error. Here's Nick Franklin. Franklin already has 3 runs batted in. His career high in a game is 4. Doubled in 2 in the first, single homer run in the third. Ground ball, backhanded Bogarts, and his throw to first in time. That'll be the first out. You wanted to know about the mascot of
The Chanticleer.
Yeah,
I want to know what that
rooster.
is. It is.
A rooster.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know who was right on top of that? Our man right back here.
Magic Man?
Yeah, Magic Man. That's from, and you know who else is on it? Our producer. From Chaucer's Canterbury Tales.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, Wayne. I'm hearing it from everybody.
Listen
I'm a
to those
moron.
These guys, we keep select company.
You think out loud. And
Rick Odioso, Kevin Patterson, these guys.
What did KP drop?
I've forgotten already.
Something about Canterbury Tales?
Yeah,
Chaucer's Canterbury?
from Canterbury Tales, Chaucer.
I need to read a book every now and then.
Here's Casale. 1 strike the count. Casale 0 for 2 tonight. So he has a chance to drive in a run. One ball, 1 strike. Rays got all 9 of their runs against the starter, Eduardo Rodriguez, in 2 2/3. Robbie Ross Jr. worked an inning and a third. Gave up a walk and picked up a strikeout. Two and 1 to count on Casale, and Leon a little visit with Lane on the hill. It's Motter. And a check. It's 3 and 1. Vic Carapazza calling the balls and strikes tonight. Young umpire, just 36 years old. He made his debut here at Tropicana Field in April of 2010, working the Rays in the Yankees game. 3-1 to count. There goes Motter, headed to third. Ground ball to third. Foul. Hernandez gloves it across the line. So the count's going to go full. Motter retreats to second. Well, the Red Sox, with giving up 9 runs in this game, over the last 6 games, they've given up at least 6 runs in every one of those games, including 9 to the Rays tonight. Casale out on strikes. So the changeup gets him again. He struck out on a changeup in the first against Rodriguez and again in the fifth against Lane. 2 outs. We'll go to the top of the lineup for the Rays, Logan Forsythe.
And you hope Logan can come through here with 2 outs. I mean, this is a run you'd kind of like to have after Boston is, still down 6 runs, but they've put 3 on the board. Left the bases loaded in the last half inning, and Motter out on second to start this inning.
And a turn. Motter started to take another step and a half or so in that lead, and Lane turned it around on him.
A little inside move, but nobody covering, nobody to throw it to.
And a turn again, nobody there. That after Motter during the Casale at bat had gotten a pretty good jump. Want to know the count on Logan Forsythe. Fly ball back into left center. That's got some carry to it. Going to be off the wall. Motter is scored. Into second goes Forsythe. And the Rays get their 10th run of the night. 3rd hit for Logan Forsythe. His 3rd run batted in this game. Now it's 10-3. Well, nice to answer right there.
Yeah, it really is. That's a run that if you're the Rays, you really want that one, especially with Motter out there with nobody out. And Logan Forsythe comes through again. And it's a similar, that pitch kind of moving down and in. And look at the head down. Watch him follow that pitch right in and then unload on it. Having a nice night here.
It was a foul ball by Beckham, and it catches the plate umpire, Vic Carapazza. Trying to shake that one off. And they're on the foot. Beckham walked in the 2nd inning. Officially 0 for 2. He was caught trying to steal 3rd for the 3rd out in that 2nd inning. Forsythe has doubled home Motter from 2nd. Now Logan's in scoring position for Beckham. Leon and Lane will get together. Snell in the Rays dugout, 5 innings under his belt. His teammates giving him 10 runs to work with tonight. Oh, 2 the count on Beckham. Rays now in double figures for the 4th time this year in a game. First time here at the Trop. Everything had been on the road. Back in April up at Fenway, they had a 12-8 game there, and a couple big ones in Toronto on the 16th and 17th of May, 13-2 and 12-2. Soft liner, and it's caught by Pedroia. Pedroia, a little leap to his left with the glove hand extended, and Beckham is out number 3. Fine play by Pedroia. Rays get a run on a couple hits and leave a man. We're through 5. It's 10-3. Baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by Dodge. Visit your local Dodge dealer today. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by your Southern Chevy dealers. 85 pitches tonight for Blake Snell through the front 5. He faces Jackie Bradley Jr. to begin the 6th. First pitch is a little bit off the plate, a fastball. Bradley Jr. 0 for 2. Couple of strikeouts tonight. Upstairs, the Rays have Ryan Garton up in the bullpen. Zava starts to loosen down the left field line for Boston. 2-1. A couple of strikeouts in the 5th inning for Snell. He needed them. They got Leon to begin the inning and Hanley Ramirez to end the inning, leaving the bases loaded. It's the breaking ball, and he just missed with that one.
Yeah, just a little bit too much depth with that pitch. There is that curveball. It'd be really nice to get Blake Snell through this 6th inning.
Foul the other way, a fastball. Bradley Jr. had a hitting streak of 29 games this year. Bogarts had 126 for Boston. A foul ball out of play. Snell's used the slider and the fastball to strike out Bradley tonight. First time he's gone full with them. 3-2 pitch again. And he misses with the curveball there, a leadoff walk. Runner at first, nobody out. Game 2 of the series tomorrow. Pre-game show presented by your Gulf Coast Honda dealers. Here's what's coming up. Chris Archer will start. We'll hear from him. And Orestes and Doug will together break down Mookie Betts, something that the American League's trying to do. So we'll see how Orestes and Doug would go about that. Well, he's been quite a great young player for this Boston club from the time we first saw him. He was impressive, and he's just gotten better.
Yep. Well, I mean, you can't get a fastball by him. You know, he's got such a good feel for the game. Ultra quick hands, quick stick, good defender.
Bryce Brent's up here. And the fastball misses there. Snell in the mid-90s in his pitch count now. Shot back into left field. Motter, though, is going to have room and makes the catch. And that's the first out.
Yeah, that had the look of trouble coming off the bat. Just not a whole lot behind it. Hung up there for Taylor Motter.
Catcher, Sandy Leon.
Well, you can see, you know, what is so exciting about Blake Snell. You know, tall, lanky, works over the top. Good four-seam fastball with good jump and velocity. The curveball, we've raved about that. Has shown a good changeup. He continues to refine his command and have that delivery be repeatable.
And a pretty good mix in his pitches, too.
Yeah, and sometimes a little too much. You know what I mean? There's a little bit, you know, almost overthinking some things, but you're right. He's not afraid. He's shown not afraid to throw the off speed behind in the count. It's a nice attribute to have, so you don't become predictable.
Yeah, he'll use the changeup then, the curveball. He started some hitters with that, and he's always got that fastball there. He misses up, so he's behind Leon. Well, the first dozen hitters he saw, there were no 3-ball counts, and he's had a lot of them in the backside of this performance. It's a strike there. He went 3-2 to Bradley Jr. here and walked him. Now 3-1 to Leon. And 3 3-ball counts in the 5th. And a couple more in the 4th inning. Ground ball, that's going to get through the right side. Bradley Jr. heads to third. It will be first and third with 1 out. So the Red Sox trying to put something together again here in the 6th inning.
Well, no let up from this Boston team, a desperate team. They've not played very well over the last, well, you mentioned over a month ago, 12 and 17. A year more recently, have lost their grip on first place. Now 4 games behind the Orioles.
Marco Hernandez with a couple hits tonight, and he misses the fastball. A 101 pitches now for Snell. And he just missed there. It's 1-1. Snell made 104 pitches in his outing in Cleveland, and that matched his minor league high this year. Ground ball right side. Morrison, nobody to cover at first. Everybody's safe. Morrison thinking about second. We saw that happen earlier tonight. Bradley scores, and the Red Sox get a run. And the Rays wanted to at least get 1 out there.
You know, I think he's going back to try to get this ball right here, able to get it, quick peek, turn. It wasn't going to matter anyway. Blake Snell was beat to the bag. You can see right there, not able to get there in time. And you're right, this has got to be an out somewhere, and he's hustling. But look at Marco Hernandez getting down the line. He can scoot.
That's going to be it for the Rays lefty Blake Snell. Back in a moment.
Out, the Rays lead this 10-4. Blake Snell comes out of the game, and we saw some good things from Blake tonight. You know, it wasn't the easiest of outings. He had to battle against a veteran, a powerful lineup, but the curveball was one of those pieces but that you really enjoy. Look at the depth on this pitch and the spin. Spins it tight. Nice one there to Hanley Ramirez. That was the pick up a strikeout. That was the one right there. Blake Snell, there's an awful lot to like there. And like I said, a tough outing. The 4 walks certainly didn't help. It's something he'll get better at.
Ryan Garten in the game now, and he faces Mookie Betts. Throws him a strike. First pitch fastball. Garten worked 2 innings yesterday in Baltimore. Makes his 9th appearance. Ooh, pretty close right there with the breaking ball. That's good enough to call a strike.
Certainly could have, absolutely.
1-1. Foul ball back, big rip. Fastball up. 1-2. Xavier Cedeno in the bullpen. Way up there. A little extra on that fastball and way high.
Yeah, he's trying to go up in the zone with that pitch to get a chase and just overthrows it and ends up, you know, stretching out Kurt Casale.
Two. Foul out of play. Well, the Red Sox have scored a run in each of the last 3 innings, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. They have 1 in the 6th. Rays have a 10-4 lead. Again, very close with that one. Couple of close pitches here that have not gone Garten's way.
Casale trying to help him out.
The 3-2. Fly ball, right field. Arcia makes the catch. That takes care of Betts. Well, that was a battling job by Garten against Betts to get the 2nd out.
Yeah, and that's a big out. You know, he walks Betts. Betts reaches. You know, you're talking about bases loaded now. Now you've got to deal with Pedroia. You've got Bogarts, Ortiz, as Boston just seemingly will not go away.
Yep.
Not quietly anyway.
Well, that breaking ball that he didn't get, that was a great pitch. And it really made that at bat for Garten so much more of a challenge, but he stayed with it and got Betts. And so here's Dustin Pedroia. Bad enough to face this guy with 2 men on. There's a strike.
I kind of like the stuff that Ryan Garten features. You know, that breaking ball is tight. It's late. He can throw it for strikes. That fastball, you know, especially up, you can see he spins that 4-seamer very well. Whoa.
Ball popping away, but not far enough to give Leon an opportunity to move up.
There's some late bite. You wanted to see some, and it caught Kurt Casale by surprise. I wonder if there was a mix-up there. There's that knuckle curve. And Kurt Casale just, I think he was thinking of another pitch.
A 1-1 count. Fly ball, right side, toward the line. Arcia will be there, fair, and he makes the catch. Garten comes in to get Betts and Pedroia. Rays lead 10-4. Rays jumped out in front early with a 5-run first. Logan Morrison driving in a couple. Taylor Motter got one, and then Nick Franklin with a base hit driving in 2. And the Rays used the long ball in the 3rd. Desmond Jennings hitting his 6th of the year to open that inning. Logan Forsythe belting a 2-run shot to cap it. The Rays scored 4, and at that point led 9-0. They now lead 10-4.
Well, I think the Rays, after scoring those 5 runs in the first inning without benefit of a home run, said, wait a minute, that's still part of the game plan around here, and we're going to show you that a little bit. And I'll tell you, you get the feeling, even with 10 runs, and this Boston lineup, they continue to score, continue to hang around. You just got to keep pushing.
Evan Longoria leads off against Junichi Tozawa. And he drops a curveball in there for strike 1. Longoria, Morrison, and Jennings. One and one. Evans singled in the 5-run first and scored a run. To left center. That ball will fall. Picked up on a hop by Brents. And Evan has his 2nd hit.
Well, tonight for the Rays, the balls are finding the holes. And Evan Longoria, this ball, I think this one off the end of the bat too. Gets to that pitch out there, reaches, and just kind of soft serves it out in there in left center field. Nobody can get to it.
Going to have a good year. You got to have a few of those fall in. There's a leadoff single. Now Logan Morrison, who's due for 3. Rays got 9 runs off Eduardo Rodriguez. In 2 2/3, nothing off Ross Jr. in an inning and a 1/3. Lane gave up a run in the inning he worked. Now Tozawa. Ball 2, another curveball. 2 balls, no strikes. Danny Farquhar up in the bullpen. Back on the Rays roster with Ryan Webb being designated for assignment. Morrison with a 2-1 count. There's the move. We'll call Farquhar from Durham. He was the 26th man in the doubleheader.
The Rays did not waste any time in that decision because Ryan Webb had just come off the disabled list, pitching yesterday's ball game. Did not go very well, and that's the end of it.
I think the Rays feel they might be able to get a little more extended inning or innings on occasion out of Farquhar. 2-2 the count. Liner into right. Betts is there, however. One out here in the 6th with a man on. Reminder, the Republic Bank Draft Room exclusively for Rays season ticket holders, lending hospitality and comfort and offering local craft beers along with themed signature food items. Tropicana Field's newest destination area, exclusively for Rays season ticket holders, the Republic Bank Draft Room. Call 888-FAN-RAYS for information. baseman Jennings takes a strike. Tazawa using that curveball liberally here in the bottom of the 6th. Picks up the corner there again. So 2 breaking pitches to Jennings, and he's ahead 0-2.
Dwayne, I'm doing a little research here, and I see that in the year 2015, Danny Farquhar had 9 appearances of at least 2 innings.
There you go.
So, well, you know, you need length at times out of that bullpen. The way that it gets used, you can't add a pitcher, so if you can have a guy down there that can give you 2 or 3 from time to time, it can be a huge plus for you. And Danny Farquhar has shown that ability in the past.
1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. The fastball is up 2-2. Pitcher number 4 for John Farrell. Oswaldo Arcia is on deck. And a cut and a miss. Jennings just a little foul tip right back into the mid of Leon. Missing the fastball. He's out on strikes.
Low heater. Not able to get to that pitch.
So with 2 outs and Longoria still at first, Oswaldo Arcia 2 for 3 tonight, about to step in against Tazawa. Couple of runs scored tonight for the Rays right fielder. He takes that breaking ball. Tazawa's approach in this inning has been to start these hitters with the curveball and try to get ahead.
Well, he has enough of a history against this Rays lineup that, you know, every once in a while you've got to mix it up. You can't come out every time with the same approach against this lineup. Tazawa, a nice fastball there too to back it up.
0-2.
The Rays finished off the 2015 season. The last couple of outings that Tazawa had against them, they roughed him up pretty good. So all of a sudden you go back to the drawing board and say, well, you know what, maybe some first pitch curveballs, especially if you feel good with that pitch, to try to get ahead and then move on from there.
And a foul ball back. Big cut on that pitch up.
Yeah, no cut
well
down.
Out of the zone there, but he let it loose.
Yes, he did. Feeling good at the plate right now. Had a big day yesterday. A nice night tonight so far.
Down 2 strikes. And the cut and a miss. So change up there, strikes him out. We're through 6 innings tonight at the Trop. Rays have out hit Boston 14-8, and they lead 10-4. on Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. By Dodge. Visit your local dealer today. And by your Gulf Coast Honda dealer. Rays opening an 11-game homestand. Red Sox in for the next couple before Detroit comes in, followed by the Angels. Danny Farquhar, the new pitcher for the Rays, pitcher number 3.
8th appearance, 4.26 earned run average, 6 1/3 innings.
He faces the number 3 hitter, shortstop Xander Bogaerts. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Ortiz will follow, and then Ramirez. Pop foul down the right side. Morrison gives chase, but no chance. Snell for 5 1/3, and a good job for Ryan Garten getting out of that situation with 2 men on. A couple of fly balls to get Betts and Pedroia.
Oh, this is one of those situations, Dwayne, that depending on, how well he throws the bar, this could be one of those outings where Farquhar could go multiple innings.
Against the first man.
Yeah.
Bogaerts out, short to first. Beckham handling that one.
You know that with a 6-run lead, Kevin Cash would like to stay away from the back end of the bullpen if he could. So if he's effective, you may get a chance to see that length.
Number 34, David Ortiz.
David Ortiz 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. And the pitch is a strike. That's upstairs. It's 1-1. Back into right field. Arcia on the track, going to have room, and he makes the catch. Arcia stepped from the wall when he grabbed that one.
That didn't have that normal sound. It almost sounded like the bat was hollow. Didn't catch that quite clean enough.
Number 13,
It looked good.
Yes. It was scary for a moment.
Yeah.
Two gone for Hanley Ramirez. He has a base hit on the night. Scored a run in the 4th. Two and 0. There's a strike. And cut to that one, found the zone. Two now. Action in the bullpen for Boston. They've utilized 4 pitchers already. Two. Strike 3 call. Ramirez out on strikes. Bottom of the 7th coming up. It's 10-4 Rays. Padres back home, and they built a 10-4 lead, middle of the 7th inning. Jumping out with a 5-run first. Rays have 6 hitters with multiple hits tonight. Logan Forsythe 3 for 4, leading the way with a homer and a double. A couple of runs scored and 3 runs batted in. Nick Franklin has 2 hits and 3 runs batted in. It'll be Mater, Franklin, and Casali coming up here against Koji Uehara. Want to know the count.
Well, manager John Farrell trying to piece this ball game together as far as the pitching staffs go, with his starter Eduardo Rodriguez getting knocked out in the 3rd inning. Well, that's always tough no matter what, especially to start a series here.
Well, his pitching staff's been giving up a few more runs per night than he would like, and they did it right in the 1st inning tonight. Giving up at least 6 runs in their last 5 games coming into this series. And they gave up 5 in the 1st tonight. A ball, 2 strikes, the count on Mater. Still 1-2. Saw John Farrell a moment ago. He was 50-64 last year and left battling lymphoma. In October, it was in remission. Back managing the Boston Red Sox. They finished 78-84 last year. Won 71 games in 14 after the 2013 season when they won 97. The count is full.
Well, and a lot of expectations for this team. You know, you come in with the offense that we've talked about and well documented, but then Dave Dombrowski as the general manager. You sign David Price to the big deal to come in and anchor the starting rotation. And the idea was division champs, World Series or bust.
Price is going to pitch here against Matt Moore on Wednesday afternoon. It'll be Chris Archer and Rick Porcello tomorrow night. Price 8-4 with a .468 earned run average. Quicken Loan's rocket arms. The matchups. See Archer 4-10, and the right-hander Porcello off to an 8-2 start. Then Price and Moore, the 2 lefties, go at it Wednesday afternoon. Mater chops one foul. He's extended this at bat. Nine pitches so far for Mater in this at bat against Uehara. Right back foul again. An even 10.
And not only does John Farrell not want to use Koji Uehara in a game like this, but if you are going to use him, you'd like to see a quick inning and hear Taylor Mater battling. 10 already.
And there's ball 4. Mater on base for the 3rd time tonight.
A really good at bat there by Taylor Mater. Fouling off some tough pitches. Just doing enough to stay alive and looking for a mistake or that right there.
And you know, like most hitters, Mater, the more at bats he gets, the better he looks. It's tough to go a run and not get any at bats, and then you're in there dropped in to pinch hit or here and there. A good at bat there, and 3 times on base in this game tonight. Here's Nick Franklin. The pitch is a strike.
You know, I think that that's a challenge that you know, we talk about it from time to time, that people have to understand. You know, a guy like Taylor Motte, he's not used to that.
Yep.
You know, the reason that he got called up is because he's playing down at AAA and he's playing every day, and he's doing well enough.
He's played every day wherever he's been.
Right.
Until now.
That's right. And then you've got to overnight, just completely reconfigure how you get ready for a game and how to stay ready, and you know, the occasional spot start. It's a challenge.
A long one up the right side. That ball is going to be fair and gone. Home run for Nick Franklin. Franklin belts a 2-run homer. And the Rays add on. It's 12-4 and a career night for Nick Franklin.
I think that was a split, and it was a hanger. And look at that ball where that stays. And Nick Franklin, boy, oh boy, that is picturesque.
5 runs batted in. Twice before, he'd driven in as many as 4 in a game, and 5 tonight. Kurt Casale takes the pitch low. Well, the Rays now back out to an 8-run lead. 1-1. Liner foul back a third. Now 1-2. Casale out on strikes.
Second baseman, number 11, Logan.
1 out with a couple runs home. Well, Logan Forsythe. Logan with 3 runs batted in and a home run tonight. Fouls this one back. Braves hit 2 home runs off the starter Eduardo Rodriguez. Well, they've connected off Uehara. One ball, 1 strike. Single homer double for Forsythe. All he needs is a 3-base hit. There's 2 of those this year. And is behind in the count, 1-2. And he's out on strikes over that pitch. With the count 1-2, he got the split. 2 gone.
Number 1, Tim Beckham.
Uehara is one of those pitchers, Dwayne, that you were talking earlier, playing that up and down game. You know, not overpowering with the fastball, but he's pretty good at locating it and will keep it at the top of the zone to help set up that split down below the zone.
Strike call on the outside part of the plate with that pitch. Foul ball straight back, and that'll be into the upper deck. 2-strike count. Foul out of play. High fly ball back into left. Brentz is there, and Brentz makes the catch. So the Rays come up with 2 on one swing of the bat from Nick Franklin. We've completed 7 at the Trop, and the Rays lead 12-4. The 8th inning we go. Be sure to celebrate the red, white, and blue at the Coke Zero 400 for your chance to win 4 tickets. Tweet the number of laps in the Coke Zero 400. Hashtag Race to July and hashtag sponsored to @FoxSportsFL. Head to foxsportsflorida.com for more info. Danny Farquhar out there for another inning of work. And the first pitch to Jackie Bradley Jr. is a strike.
Look at you foreshadowing this. A little bit extra length, you know, the move that was made.
Well, you verified it with that extensive research you did.
I wanted to go back. I knew that this year he had only, you know, in his limited time with the Rays, his longest outing was an inning. So I wanted to see when that length happened. And it was last year, nine appearances of 2 or more.
See?
He went up to 2 2/3.
It's all about the homework.
It is all about the homework.
Yep.
And I am anxious for Wednesday's 12-10 tilt because you got a real good scouting report on Bill Welke, the umpire out at second base. So you just save it, but I know you've already been doing work on that.
Yep. So he'll be there fresh at noon and ready to go.
I mean, I love day games, but noon, that's almost a morning game.
Jackie Bradley Jr. out on strikes, but you can be sure of one thing: we will be bright-eyed and ready to go for the wrap-up game of this series here at midday on Wednesday.
Yeah, roll out of bed, get a sweat on right away, have the work already done, and then make a beeline for the Trop and
do a little homework the night before.
Yeah,
ready to go.
Yep. Go out and celebrate after the game, after the win on Wednesday. It's a Web Wednesday, a win Wednesday.
Yep. Nice to have that evening for a family time.
Yep.
The family will have us. Sometimes they're a little reluctant, but most of the time they let us in. 1-1 the count. Brentz with a couple hits tonight. Oh, up the left field line, past the diving Longoria, hits the sidewall, kicks out to Motter, and Brentz is aboard with his second double.
Getting an opportunity for some playing time here for the Red Sox with some injury issues, some depth issues, and Brentz, I'll tell you what, it hit his first big league home run. Was that yesterday? And having a nice night here tonight.
Sandy Leon, the catcher. He has a 1 for 3 evening. Pitch inside. This one is lined into left. That ball's got some distance and is out of here. Sandy Leon hits a 2-run home run here in the 8th off Farquhar.
This is precisely the reason you continue to add on offensively. And Nick Franklin's home run, they do get it back here, but the Rays still with a 6-run lead. It's an explosive offense, and some of the guys down here at the bottom of the order are getting it done for Boston.
So Leon belting the home run, and it's 12-6. One and 0.
Yeah, how about that, Dwayne? Being directed to look at the bottom 3 hitters.
Jennings after this one and left center at the track, and Hernandez is retired
For the first time.
Yep.
The bottom 3 hitters in this Boston lineup have 8 hits amongst themselves.
Take a look at that.
3-2-3. Wow.
They have 8 of the 10 hits.
And you look at the lineup and you're like, whoa, top 6, some of the gaudy numbers. And then 7, 8, 9 do that to you.
Now to the top of the order. Betts takes a strike. Well, here in the 8th, Bradley Jr. struck out. Brent's doubled. There's one just foul down the left field side. And Leon hit the 2-run home run. Only 2 the count on Betts. 6-run game now. 6-10-2 for Boston. 12-15-0 for the Rays. It's thrown into the dirt. Fly ball into center. Jennings makes the grab. Top of the 8th is complete. Couple of runs. Bottom of the 8th coming. 12-6 Rays. the middle of the 8th. Show your Rays pride at Tropicana Field and at home with the Rays pennant flag presented by Fox Sports Sun. All kids 14 and under receive the pennant flag while supplies last when the Rays take on the Tigers Sunday, July 3rd. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com. Rays up. New pitcher is right-hander Craig Kimbrell. Pitcher number 6. A couple of other changes for the Red Sox as well. Having Longoria to face Kimbrell. And there's a strike. Curveball to start the inning here. Just missed with that one. Boy, that looked like a pretty good pitch. 0-2 the count on Longoria, or actually it's 1-1, but that pitch looked good enough to be a strike. Travis Shaw in the game. We saw Mike Miller in the game as well.
I did not think that was Travis Shaw, even though we were informed.
Which one?
I think it's
no, Travis Shaw's at first.
No, what we were showing.
Oh, that. Yeah, well, that was third.
That's right.
Where Hernandez is still in.
Right. The uniform is too dirty for someone just entering the game.
Foul ball up the right side, and that's going to be beyond the bullpen. Not reachable. They have a new right fielder out there as well, Ryan Lamar. A 2-2 count on Longoria. The chopper to the left side gets by Hernandez. He got a glove on the ball, just enough to prevent Bogaerts from any chance of making the play. And Longoria has his 3rd hit tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough in-between hop, and he's cutting over there in front of Bogaerts, trying to take anything that he can get. And watch him range to his left, but watch the hop. It's that in-between hop. He kind of, right there, just throws the glove at it. And that ball sneaks underneath.
Logan Morrison, a 2-for-4 night. Pops it up right side. Shaw after it, and that ball made contact.
I see it, Dwayne.
Stuck up there.
Yeah, it's in the B ring. They don't come down anymore, by the way. I don't know what's up there.
I think they put fly paper up there.
Yeah, I mean you could see it go. Apparently I just hit puberty, but you could see it go right through there and just kind of roll right down the.
Yep.
When was the last time you saw one eject itself back down onto the field? Not often.
Not even the baseball wants to drop from that high.
No.
So it's a foul ball when it touches some of the rigging up there or the rings in foul territory. It's a dead ball in foul territory, and so it's a strike. Cut and a miss for 0-2.
A crisp 98 miles an hour right there.
And that's strike 3. A cut and a miss. Well, the Rays have a 12-6 lead coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by Checkers. We'll have Kevin Cash in his press conference. Career night for Nick Franklin. We'll hear all about that. And interviews from the Rays clubhouse. So stay tuned for that. Desmond Jennings. That's a strike. 0-2. Rays with 16 hits, 3 home runs, 1 by Jennings. Season's high in hits for the Rays this year is 17. And those 2 came in Toronto. So
they don't even count.
This right now would be in country the season high in hits for the Rays, 16.
Well, and you know what else? You've got to remember, you've got to take that 17 and the exchange rate, and it comes out to about 14 3/4.
Yeah, but the rate's been going the other way now, right?
You could, I mean, maybe. I haven't checked it.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at really anything, the stock market, in the last few days.
Yeah, for good reason. Smart man.
No good news there.
Oh, breaking ball. Strike 3 call. How about Dick Franklin tonight? Big night.
Listen, he got it started early, going the other way. Some excitement right there. Got things going on, and then finding a hole back up the middle. That was an extended at-bat. And then how about this? Don't hang the split. All of the hits productive, leading to runs.
Here's Oswaldo Arcia getting that back foot out of the way. Arcia with 2 hits. Hot shot and the line drive, base hit. Longoria is going to go to third on hit number 3 of the night for Oswaldo Arcia. Two men on here in the 8th. That gives the Rays 17 hits. In country and out now.
Oswaldo Arcia back-to-back 3-hit games. Sometimes a change of scenery can kick things into gear.
Taylor Motter has been on 3 times and has scored 3 times. Which is down. Motter trying to extend the inning so Nick Franklin can get another at bat. All he needs is a triple to hit for the cycle. One and one to count. Going in, ducked by Motter. Fastball at 97 up there. You'd better duck.
Yeah, Craig Kimbrell, I mean, he's got tremendous stuff, a max effort type of guy. You know, he's another reason that the Boston Red Sox were so bullish on this season coming in. You sign David Price, you trade for Kimbrell.
3-1. Yeah, he can be a little intimidating even just looking in for the sign the way he starts.
Like a bird. Mean bird. About to go in for the kill.
And that's fouled back.
Looks like a rabid chanticleer. That's what he looks like.
Well, you ever seen a rabid rooster?
You're looking at one, Wayne, right there. Yeah, I have seen one.
Yeah, they're a little scary.
Throws 98. Nice breaking ball.
3-2. Ground ball deep and short. Long throw to first, not in time, and there's a base hit and a run scored. So Motter has his third hit of the night, on for the fourth time. He drives in his second run. That makes it 13-6.
Got that ball just in the hole, and Taylor Motter runs well enough that there was no way that Bogaerts was going to be able to get him, and this gives us a little drama here, Dwayne.
Yes, it does. Nick Franklin needs a triple to hit for the cycle. The only cycle in Rays history. October of 2009 against the Yankees. Melvin, formerly B.J. Upton Jr. And here's Nick Franklin. 2 men on. Pitch is a strike. 13 runs, 18 hits for the Rays tonight. One and one. Remember earlier we talked about how the Rays have been outscored 72-29 in this 11-game losing streak?
Yes.
They have 13 runs tonight. Oh, that one fouled off his foot. Down he goes. Let's take a look at that.
Flush on the side, almost the top of that foot.
Well, that went directly from the bat to his foot.
You know, it's just like taking a sledgehammer and just, you know, just take a bat and just smack the top of your foot with it.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
So he's going to shake it off. If he could feel that foot, he would. Not sure if it's down there right now.
No. He's got a wooden leg for the next couple of pitches.
Even more challenging for him to leg out a triple. But we have confidence it could still happen as he goes for the cycle. Two balls, two strikes. Motter at first and Arcia at second. And strike three called. Franklin caught looking to retire the Rays. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Kimbrel, but the Rays add another run on 3 hits and lead to 13-6 Tampa Bay. We go to the 9th inning with the Rays leading 13-6. Tony Farquhar got a couple innings in. Snell, Garton, Farquhar, and now Xavier Cedeno in here. Mike Miller, who entered the game at second in the 8th, making his major league debut, and he gets his first plate appearance, takes a strike from Cedeno. Ground ball to short. Beckham's throw is there. And so 2 pitches, 1 out in the 9th.
Shortstop, number 2.
Xander Bogaerts 0 for 3 with a walk tonight. That's a strike. Foul ball, and it's off the leg of Bogaerts. Two strikes.
There's that cutter. Oh boy, got the back leg. That's not easy to do.
And then in on his hands, and you'll feel that one a little bit down near the handle as that pitch cut in on him.
Well, good. It'll take some of the pain away from the outside of your right knee. You're gonna divide that pain up a little bit.
That's it. Yep. Another foul ball. Christian Vasquez is on deck to hit for Ortiz. Blake Snell started the night looking for his first big league win. Worked 5 1/3, charged with 4 runs, 8 hits, and was supported extremely well. Rays scored 5 times in the first and 4 times in the third. Added a run in the 5th, a couple of runs in the 7th inning, and another run in the 8th. Ground ball right side. Forsythe makes a throw to first. It's safe, the call. Bogaerts beat the play.
Boy, he was buzzing down that line. You got to love that kind of effort in a ball game like this, down 7 in the 9th inning, and Bogaerts having a great year. And look at him go, and he absolutely beats that thing out.
Well, here's Vasquez, our pinch hitter. Vasquez, the catcher, hitting for the DH David Ortiz. There's a strike. Well, 11 hits for Boston. The Rays with 18 hits tonight. The base hit punched into center field. Bogaerts going to go to third. First and third with 1 out in the 9th.
First baseman, number 47, Travis Shaw.
It's the breaking ball here, and Christian Vasquez stays right up the middle with it. This Boston team just has not stopped all night, have never really been in this game.
not even really an anxious moment. Maybe that bases loaded situation.
Travis Shaw now, who took over at first base for Ramirez, makes his first plate appearance. Pitch is down. Rays with 13 runs tonight, matching the 13 they scored on the road against the Blue Jays on May the 16th. And a season high 18 hits for the Rays. Two and 0. Two balls and a strike. Takes it to 2-2. Jackie Bradley Jr. on deck. Out of play. Chop foul up the right side by Shaw. Well, the Rays are impressed by Travis Shaw every time they see him. In 12 career games against the Rays, he's hit .404. Battling against Cedeno. It's a fly ball to left. Motter is there to make the catch. Tag at third. Bogarts will score. Two gone. Vasquez remains at first. A sacrifice fly gives Shaw a run batted in and makes it a 13-7 game.
Center fielder, number 25, Jackie Bradley Jr.
And the hitter is now Jackie Bradley Jr. Vasquez over at first. The pitch is a strike. Bradley Jr. 3 strikeouts and a walk and a run scored. Runner on the way to second. Unattended over there, so he moves up. Counts 1-1 on Bradley Jr. Cedeno's made 20 pitches here in the 9th. 1-2. In the second game of the doubleheader in Baltimore on Saturday. 2/3 of an inning. Trying to get the final out here in the 9th in a 13-7 game. Oh, a little bit wide right there, looking for the corner. It's 2-2.
Little bit too much cut there. Just off the edge. Very close. Very close.
Three and 2 the count. 3-2. He's out on strikes. That will end this one. And the Rays are winners 13-7. That losing streak comes to an end as the Rays take game one of this series from the Boston Red Sox. 13-7. 13-18-0 for the Rays with 7 left. 7-12-2 with 8 men left for Boston. And Blake Snell picks up his first big league win. His record now 1-2. Rodriguez, the loser, 1-3. Took 3 hours 29 minutes to play it before 18,024 here at Tropicana Field to give the Rays their 32nd victory of the year and get back on the winning side of the ledger.
Yeah, the Rays needed this, something fierce. You're coming home. You've got 11 home games in 11 days. And you're going up against the Boston Red Sox. They've been scuffling a little bit. It was all about the quick start. You know, 5 runs in the first, 4 runs in the third. Blake Snell did enough to make it hold up. And the Rays pieced together this victory in game 1 of the series.
Well, Logan Forsythe had 3 runs batted in. Logan Morrison opened the scoring with a base hit, driving in 2 in the first when the Rays scored those 5. Taylor Motter, a couple of runs batted in. Desmond Jennings, a home run and a run batted in. And Nick Franklin, a career night for the Rays. 5 runs batted in, and Todd Callis is with Nick Franklin right now.
Thank you, Dwayne. What a night it was, not only for you, but the whole team, Nick. 5 different guys with 3 hits. To get a W, most important, but to do it in that style, I think has to feel pretty good, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our Blake started off well, you know, kept us in the game the whole time. We had a lot of clutch hits tonight. And, you know, I think we just did an overall great job with the bats tonight.
Couple hits righty, you get the home run lefty. How do you stay ready as a switch hitter, not getting a ton of AB?
You know, I just got to stay in the cage and work with, you know, hitting Coach Shelton and Nelly, and, you know, just trying to see velo and, you know, just work with them, make sure I'm still getting my reputation for preparation for the game, and just make sure that I'm staying locked in.
New walk-up song debuted tonight too. That had to help.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that was from AAA.
There you go. There's your home run right there against a pretty tough customer in Koji Uehara. What was that pitch?
It was a splitter that just kind of happened to split the plate and left it up.
You haven't DH'd a ton in your career. What do you do in between at bats, especially when things are rolling like they were tonight?
You know, I just want to stay locked into the game. I want to, you know, make sure that, you know, whatever pitcher's coming out, that I'm locked in on him and what he's throwing, and just stay locked in the whole game and just make sure I'm on the bench and watching the game. 3
hits, 5 ribbies. Nice night, Nick. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Todd. The Rays winners 13-7. They snap the losing streak. Take game 1 of this 3-game series from the Red Sox. We'll be with you tomorrow when Chris Archer opposes Rick Porcello. Our coverage begins at 6:30. LeBron Anderson, Todd Callis, and the rest of our crew. Dwayne Stats, hope you enjoyed the telecast tonight as the Rays come home and pick up a victory. Rays Live, the postgame, presented by Checkers, comes your way next.